So mean, I make medicine sick.
Come on! Root to the fruit, more bass than Bootsy Collins. You versus me, that's like Ali versus Foreman. Guards act, stand back and watch. Devil's timeout, can't be timed with no swatch. Watch who I am, the Black Abraham. Zungo Zungo Zang, Yellow Man, Vietnam. Adding extra bars, I spar with little tour, taking kingdoms from czars, winning more wars than the more.
Now what's the deal, star? I seen the devil spar with the law. Mathematics was the key to set my whole race free. You might debate we, a refugee, no harm hurt me. Dying thirsty from the struggle to my own hustle bubble on the low. Woe is me to show the free bar right. The righteous Asiatic take a while, shaitan rob light. Civilized like the Molly Burgundy. Wiley rockin', seen the fifth when Ali clocked and John Forte.
LDBC, this your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live, baby. Let me tell you guys something, man. You know what? I was really balancing time between UFC Fight Night 117 and LFA 23, and then I had to do Phoenix Championships 23. So I was balancing time between three organizations. So it was kind of tough, man. It was really tough to get these fights and talk about them all. And I apologize to the boxing fans of this channel. I am going to be getting back, okay, on my boxing stuff. Okay, I am going to do more boxing videos, and the coach promises, and that's just the way that is. I'm going to tell you something. This was a good fight, man. This fight was a good fight. When the fight first started, I was really, I was a little frustrated, man, at the commentating of Teddy Atlas and Tim Bradley, because it was almost like they were already just kind of like looking at Gilberto Ramirez as if like, okay, well, you know, Jesse Hart is this talented person. He's very talented. And, you know, they were talking like Jesse was going to come in and school Gilberto Ramirez, you know. And it was kind of like, I'm like, man, they must really don't understand how this guy fights, man. Gilberto Ramirez is good, you know. And I've been telling people, man, maybe about 15 months ago when Gilberto Ramirez, he was like heavily calling out Triple G. This man was calling out Triple G every time you turn around. And I said, this Gilberto Ramirez is a good fighter, man. I think this guy can beat Golovkin. And, of course, you know, I got a lot of the Triple G fans running around here talking about, yeah, you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, Coach. You're crazy. There's something right. Yeah, you're an idiot. You know, you had all those Triple G fans running their mouth. And I still think to this day Gilberto Ramirez could defeat Triple G. I mean, I think he could. I like Gilberto Ramirez as a fighter because he's a tough fighter. I'm going to tell you some things that irritated the hell out of me, though. One thing, man, round one, Jesse Hart dominated round one. He completely dominated that round. And he kept catching Gilberto Ramirez coming in. And, you know, Gilberto Ramirez, he can be defensive if he needs to. But my problem with him is he doesn't get defensive until he gets hurt or until he gets hit with a good shot. Then he becomes defensive. And I think that's a part of his game, man. He going to need to work on, man, because he was just content coming in. And at first he had no respect for Jesse Hart's power, zero. And Jesse Hart cracked him a couple of times, and, you know, he was trying to act like he didn't feel them shots, but the legs don't lie, man. Jesse Hart was catching this dude in round one. And I'm like, you know, he can't do that for the whole fight, man. If Jesse Hart keep this same strategy and keep, you know, catching him with that right hand while he's coming in, Gilberto Ramirez is going to get dropped. But Gilberto made his adjustments. He cut off the ring effectively against Jesse Hart in round two, and he made adjustments. You know, he neutralized Jesse Hart's right hand in round two, and he was going to the body, man. He did some decent body work. I thought he could have did more when he had Jesse Hart hurt, like going to the body. I thought that he could have did more to the body, but the body work was average. It was decent body work, and he caught Jesse Hart. He hit Jesse Hart over the top with a right hand and caught him with a short left hook and dropped him. And, you know, I thought Jesse Hart was gone. I thought he was out of there because his legs, man, he was wobbly. He was staggering everywhere. And I'm like, yo, this dude finna be out, man. But the ref, you know, shout out to the ref, man. That's a good ref, man. The ref actually let the guy recover, you know. And some referees, they see you staggering, they just wave off the fight, man. They just wave it off. But this referee, man, he was a good referee, man. He was a very good referee. I didn't even know there was a referee in this fight because this ref was, you know, mostly non-existent. I mean, he came in when he needed to. This guy's a great referee. And he let Jesse Hart get up, allowed him to continue. And Jesse Hart really impressed the hell out of me because he recovered. He survived that final. He survived the end of that because Gilberto Ramirez had a lot of time to get him out of there, and he couldn't do it. Jesse Hart, you know, started going back to being defensive. I thought Jesse should have tied him up in that situation a lot more, but, you know, he still made it out of the round. And then round 3, I actually thought Jesse Hart did better in round 3. Actually, I thought the fight was probably a lot closer than what people had. I had it 114, 113 for Gilberto Ramirez. That was my scorecard. And I gave Gilberto an extra round for the knockdown. But still, it was a good fight. And Jesse Hart started coming back. He started, fighting his game plan again. And then I don't know if it was the 6th round or the 7th round, Gilberto hurt Jesse Hart again. And Jesse Hart bit down on his mouthpiece and got in Gilberto Ramirez's chest. And they start banging, man. They start banging it out. And this fight was good, man. And Jesse Hart caught Gilberto Ramirez in the 11th round. He could have got him out of there, man. He could have gotten Gilberto Ramirez out of there. But Jesse Hart didn't jump on him, man. He didn't jump on him. And I guess he probably figured that Gilberto Ramirez was still dangerous, man. And a guy like Gilberto, who they like to bang like that, those bangers, man, you got to be careful when you jump on them, But I thought Gilberto was actually hurt enough to where Jesse could have jumped on him, man, cracked Gilberto with a couple of right hands and got him out of there. But, Jesse Hart didn't see it that way. So Gilberto Ramirez was allowed to get out of the 11th round, man. This fight, it was a back-and-forth fight. And then I thought Gilberto Ramirez did a good job of, closing out round 12. I thought Gilberto Ramirez, in my opinion, was the more aggressive fighter. He was pushing the action the whole time. He was working, man. He outworked Jesse Hart. Gilberto Ramirez outworked Jesse Hart. And Gilberto got a chin, man. He ate Jesse Hart, top. I mean, he ate one of his strongest right hands. And the guy's still in there, coming back. Keep coming back. He keep coming back. There's a guy, man. He's a very dangerous guy at 168. I like Gilberto. I've always liked Gilberto Ramirez, how he fights. I've always liked him. I mean, even 15 months ago, when I was really talking about him and Triple G fighting, I even liked him before then because I like his style. I do though. I want him to be a little bit more defensive because you get some of these guys who they can crack and they got really, really good defense and they got good boxing IQ. He'd be in trouble. And I just thought Jesse Hart fought. I don't think Jesse Hart fought the smartest fight. I don't think he fought the smartest fight. Like, I actually thought that he was doing good by boxing, sticking and moving, because Jesse Hart could fight off the back foot. I mean, that's just my opinion, okay? I don't think Jesse Hart fought the smartest fight when you're dealing with a guy like Gilberto Ramirez who relies on constant. He's a pressure fighter. And, you can't play these pressure fighters games. Like, you stand in their chest and you want to exchange with them, well, the boxer is normally going to lose that exchange, and that's just how it is. You guys tell me what you think, how you saw this fight. I'm definitely impressed, but, I'm a big, Ramirez. I've been a Ramirez fan for a minute. I like Jesse Hart. I mean, and I like what Jesse Hart brought to the table, man. He took the fight to Gilberto, man. He didn't let Gilberto run through him. And that, my friends, that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe to the best. Well, just subscribe to this channel. Dang it.